I'm sure my days will be long and my nights won't be few. Through the visions that's in me, I can see clearly where there is gonna be peace, love and harmony, black understanding among my people. Oh yes, among my people. They're gonna jump and shout, black liberation they are. Oh yes, we're gonna sing and shout, the right understanding they are. Oh yes, we're gonna jump and shout, black liberation they are. Oh yes, we're gonna sing and shout, the right understanding they are. Oh yes. Men and people will try to cut you down.
But if you know why you're black, no guy can cut you down. If you have the knowledge of your blackness, you can drive away those who come to you with these arguments that are based upon inferiority statements. So we're looking at this tree in the black man. It's called the endocrine system. It's called the tree of life. You know the Bible talk about the tree of life? There's a tree of life inside the black man. It's the endocrine system. And that tree have various fruits as we go up the tree. The top of the tree now, this is where the confusion begins. Because the European in his academic world tries to tell the African that the top of that tree is the pituitary gland. And they might tell you say that is the highest gland in you, the African. And that is the master gland. And them spread that propaganda globally. That our greatest intellectuals are locked and stopped right there. So we can't go beyond the pituitary because the Europeans said that is the highest gland. But the ancients and the Africans who understood the physiology of themselves centuries ago, decades ago, understood that there was a gland higher than the pituitary. And the European know it is there, you know, but guess what happened? He said, two female don't work, him tell us them don't know anything about it. And so he doesn't teach about it. So because he doesn't tell us, we claim that we don't know. So the pineal people, the pineal gland is the highest organ in the African. It is a root and the foundation of his blackness. And it is a connection now to the spiritual universe. It's like the doorway is the black dot. It's the center of the consciousness that allows you to see inside and outside. So the skin is a critical organ. And the tree now, that tree of life, with the highest point being the pineal, the lowest and the foundation now is the sex organs. That's the creativity. That's where the creativity operates. And at the level of creativity now, we have these nerve endings. In the female is a critical nerve ending. And these nerve endings are actually the most compact and dense set of nerves in the human body that has the highest level of sensitivity. It's in the African female. It's in our sexual organ. It is where she has a lot of feelings. The Europeans discovered a thing called libido, but they never really studied the African. The African woman more powerful. The man them don't know where the power rests. They say it rests in a spot. I'd say no more.
Love has found its way in our
The energy that is powerful in the African is the energy that is the creative energy, the sexual energy. It's this energy that we have to learn to manage and monitor. The energy that is driven by our creativity and our imagination. Sexual energy. Christianity now tries to diffuse that energy and tell you that you are unclean and unrighteous if you express these feelings. Sexual energy, creative energy. The same energy that the Almighty said you must use to go out and multiply and replenish. There is no other energy you can use to reproduce. So it's a matter of management and utilization of this great power of creativity. But the Roman system put it under lock, and they bring a savior who was sexless. Can you think about that? A redeemer that has no sexuality in a people that are highly sexual and highly creative. Problems, in the psyche. What do we do with that sexual energy? How does a woman manage her clitoral energy? Yeah, that may work. How to go? Who has more sexual energy, the male or the female? Who has more sexual energy, the African male or the African female? I never hear about no female that drink no stagger back and no boost up and no energy this and energy that. Something is amiss.
You only answer, perhaps. If you can make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being part of broken hearted. So
who has the sexual power and the prowess? Is it the female or is it the male? Who is the predator? Who is the victim? Who is the hunter? Who is the hunted? Sexual energy is a great energy. But the Western world make it feel as though it's a sin to feel sexual. It's a sin. Because the whole mythology of the garden revolves around sexuality. And Eve gave up something to the devil. And the sexual thing was a sin, and they were naked. And all revolve around sexuality and punishment. And African people, we are so liberated in our sexuality. We don't need a man for giving the laws. What we learn to do is return to our original self, where sexuality is not about control. It's not about commercialization. It's about a divinity and overstanding. It's a real energy that has to be womanaged. More D Brown, more D Brown. Can you reproduce and replenish without sex? And how can sex then be a sin? And why do you lock it up into a situation called religion? That if you want sex, you have to get married, otherwise you have sinned. And when you get married, you realize you don't like the sex because you don't even like the woman. All you was pursuing was the sex. So it become a great problematic. Yeah, man, it's an energy that we must control through consciousness and culture. Yeah. Leave Rome alone. with this buy and sell ideology.
Love and hate can never be friends. Oh no. Oh no. Here I come with love and not hatred. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow I all the days of our life. Envy no one, no wish to be with no evil man. For there'll come the day when you'll be whipped by the father's hand. Leave up your children. Oh yeah. Leave up past children.
Metamorphosis moving into the final few minutes of another edition. I want to tell the ones then we will give thanks for those who have connected to the internet. My Facebook page is not up, but I know that you're there. I want to link up with those who have connected to the text lines and hail up all the people who have been listening in Port Antonio and Titchfield Hill, Chateauva, St. Mary, St. Thomas, the far parishes of St. Elizabeth and St. Catherine, right across this island of paradoxes, and give thanks to those who are linked to the cyberspace in the various continents, United States, South America, Africa, Asia, down under. All people linked to Size FM and are part of the movement of the metamorphosis, emphasizing change from within. I just want to respond to my brethren Ras Nastow, who asks that I give him the proper name of the pharaoh to whom this African queen belongs. The pharaoh's name, I will spell it for you. It's Pharaoh, Neferefre, Neferefre. So this queen was the wife or mother of Pharaoh Neferefre, Neferefre. Give thanks to those who are querying and following the research and maintaining their own purpose of living. Because we have to find a purpose, you know. We have to identify what is our purpose for living. People think that it has been already written, but it is I and I have to write and declare why we want to make our presence meaningful. It has not been written before. And we continue to do things in the practical. Hail up Styles FM and hail up to my special friend in the studio here, who remains unknown but very visible and nice.
Chronics are where you stay,
Hail up to our taxi people, our taxi drivers, all night people who are moving through the cities and the towns. Thank you for being part of the metamorphosis. In the next edition, all things being even, my brethren Osaboro, Vice Chancellor of the Rastafari University, will be in the temple to give you an insight into Boko Haram and what they are all about and how do they affect I and I as African people. Rastafari speaks of I and I is really the unification of the African people. We say we're not in a you, because you bend up and we are weevil. So we're into I and I. The I is a metaphysical notion. It's a collective. And at another level, it is the I in connection with the higher I. Because there is a higher state of consciousness, a higher I. Peace unto the man them, and the woman them, and the children who are part of the metamorphosis. We continue.
I didn't do no wrong. I didn't do no wrong. I didn't do no wrong. His Majesty, Big Marcus Garvey. His Majesty.
So you love Ras Makonnen, you love Osa Boro, Bongo John from up in Breastworks, John Guy, Central, Harborview people, Brooklyn and Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. Peace unto the item. Prosperity in the homes, prosperity in the family, prosperity in the workplace, prosperity in your personal relations, and prosperity in your financial life. Hail unto all the eyes from I on Black out of Styles FM.
We are going